Welcome to Effervescent, where we embrace a full circle approach to health. Okay, we're going to have this be a real quick episode. But before we get started, let's do a little bit of breath. So we're going to do 3 breaths. You can keep your eyes open or closed and take a breath. And then let it go. And as you take this second breath, let your shoulders reach up towards your ears as you inhale to create more space in the torso. And then open mouth exhale as you drop the shoulders down. And then one more time. Deep inhale, raise the shoulders up. Fill the belly with air. And then exhale, drop the shoulders, but also shake out your arms. Shake out your shoulders. Yeehaw, let's do this. Okay, so we're going to do a Q&A. We put on our stories questions for people to ask us about anything: health, spiritual health, boundaries, emotional health, physical health, going to the gym, all sorts of stuff, and intuition. And so we're just going to go through some of the questions that we got and answer them kind of rapid fire, and hopefully you get some value out of it. Do you want to go first? Do you have questions? Or do you want me to go?
Yeah, I actually got a new question just barely, so I'm glad I checked it. This one's a really simple, easy tip one. So says healthy and easy on-the-go breakfast ideas.
Ooh,
and maybe you guys can popcorn in on this, but I love that. Ones I love is, which we were just talking about. On the go. 2, G2G bars. Yeah. We love them. We were literally just eating them. They're great. I have a discount code, Bright15, if you want a discount.
She'll put it in the show.
I'm an ambassador, which I love them. Those I love. Amazing. Ditto. 2, hard-boiled eggs. I know some people don't like eggs, but I like hard-boiled eggs, so I'm going to put that in there. I like them hard-boiled. Hard-boiled eggs, or you can make your own egg white bites. Like, if you know what Starbucks, like, their egg bites are, look at recipes on TikTok. They're so freaking easy. You do little muffin tins and make egg bites, and those seem awesome. I haven't done it yet.
I love it.
What about you?
I always grab Okikos. Is that the brand?
Okios. Oh, like the yogurts. Yeah, those are
yogurts.
Great. Yeah.
G2G bars. Excuse me, I burped. And then I like to have, it's not on the go, but I like to have a smoothie in the morning, but I also like to have protein matcha. So I'll make matcha and then I'll put a scoop of protein in it. And it helps
with coffee,
insulin spikes, so it's awesome. Yeah, beef sticks, but that's like not breakfast, but I eat that for breakfast. What about you, Mom?
That's so funny, beef sticks. I am like super not prep. You all know this, you're my kids. So I'm all about like the apple, the nuts, banana.
Which those are the healthiest because they're all whole foods.
Yeah.
I just like so simple that like God gave it to you. It's ready to eat. Like that's my favorite. If somebody's gonna help me prep something, I've never made them. I love protein balls in the fridge that are ready to go. But I'm not good at making them for myself. Those would be my top like grab and go. G2G bars.
G2G bars, overnight oats if you want to prep them at night, or chia seed pudding if you want to prep that at night. You can put protein in it. Okay. Yeah, but that was good.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah. What are your tips for going through failure? Ooh. I love that it's like health, emotion.
I'm so good at failure.
Me too.
Tips for going through it?
Yeah, tips for going through
like failure. How to stay resilient?
Just whatever pops up.
I have a thought.
Okay, rapid fire, right? So this is fast. I'm usually not that fast.
Go. I think just know that failure is required for anything that's worth it in life.
I love that.
Yeah. I think you are going to learn the most during your losses and failures. So just take it as a lesson.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off that. Have you ever heard the quote that says, don't take advice from someone who isn't where you want to be?
Yeah.
There's also another quote that's like, the people who are where you want to be, they're not going to judge you for being where you are.
That's so true.
And so I think for my tip or my advice for going through failure is pay attention to who you're looking to for inspiration. Are you looking to the people who are tearing you down? Or are you looking to the people who are where you dream of being and they have a mountain of failures that they're standing on that you can now relate to?
Yeah. Look back at successful people's failures. They fail the most.
All of them. Yeah.
Yes. I have so many friends. That's gonna sound funny on I have so many like friends that like are successful, and you hear people saying they're so lucky like all the time. I'm like,
Yes.
do you know them? Have you read their bio? Because that didn't just happen on its own.
Mhm.
Okay, so my tip's going to be, I always get in trouble with this, but laughter, because I just think we take ourselves so seriously, and I even fall in that trap, even though it's like I would say this over and over, that like we take ourselves so seriously, and I think if we could look at from a different perspective and see ourselves like we're here to have joy, we're here to connect, to make memories, and life is hard. I'm not saying it's not hard, but dang, if we can just remember, okay, we're supposed to fail, it's part of it, and just laugh in the process and get back up again. That's it.
I love
I
that.
love that. Love. My friend Tony just like asked a million questions of how often do you think about me? And what time of day do you most resonate with? Sunrise, sunset, dawn, or noon?
Ooh, that's an interesting question.
Okay, quick rapid fire.
Yeah.
I would say, ooh, this is an interesting quick answer. I would say sunset because it's beautiful, but also I've had to say goodbye to a lot of things in my life. And so I feel like sunset is like a practice of letting go,
Wow.
but I also thrive at night. So it's like a beginning at the same time.
Interesting.
Okay.
Talk about deep.
Deep
Yeah.
and fast.
I actually used to get anxiety watching
too.
sunsets because the day was over.
Yes. Too. I've never met anyone who feels that
Really?
way. Yeah.
I used to like when
still
I
do.
struggled with panic attacks.
Mhm.
I like actually couldn't like look at the
Yeah.
sunset. Yeah, that's
Wow.
interesting. I love morning time. I never look at the sunrise because I'm never up that early, but I do love morning. I think it's just happy. But
Cool.
I love morning for mind creation. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
the most alert, creative, developing anything, writing anything, morning time, and exercise. I love in the morning too, but then I love the afternoon to just let my body kind of settle into conversation and people.
Cool.
love that.
What is a moment that you knew your intuition was real, irrefutable? Okay. Let me think. There's so
How do
many.
you say this fast?
Yeah. Yeah, I have so many that are like, ooh.
Mine
Ooh.
is like crazy.
Okay, you go first.
No, I don't know if I want to say.
Okay. Same though. I have some that I'm like, oh my gosh. I'll just go. One time 4 months in advance, I was in the middle of a movie theater. Back up. I was in the middle of a movie in the movie theater next to my best friend, Tony, who asked the question. And I was just sitting next to him watching, I don't even know what movie. And I visually saw a hand in front of me reach out and circle a date,
I feel like I remember.
April 28th or something like that. And I got the words, this is the day he's going to break up with. He's not with me, with who he was with. And I was like, that is so random. And so this is like 4 months in advance. I put it in my phone on that day.
That's so
Did not tell him, didn't give any ounce of information about it because I wanted to know. And to the day, it happened.
That's
Cool.
freaking crazy.
Yeah.
If you have one, you should go.
I mean, I have so many. It's kind of like, I mean, that sounds.
I
I'm
know.
actually being serious. I do have so many. Okay, I'll try to say this. This is a hard one fast.
It's okay.
Okay, so
doesn't
one
have to
of
be so fast.
them, one of my favorites, most tender, was I'm a big believer in dream studies, and maybe adding that to my degree here in a moment because I love it, consciousness and dream studies, because I've always gotten answers in my sleep. And this time I was asleep, dreamed I woke up, looked up in my room, but I was asleep, and I saw my grandma standing there, kind of in her older body, how she looked at the time, and she was looking to the side, and her younger self was next to her, and they were smiling at each other, and there was a blend between spirit happening as just kind of like transitioning. And she was older, and I woke up. It was beautiful. I didn't feel scared or anything. I think that's the beauty of getting things in your sleep. You don't get scared. And I woke up and called my dad and said I need to come visit grandma. And after I visited her, it was only a few weeks, I think, till she passed. And I felt grateful that it was just kind of like, this is happening, and take advantage of some time you might have, before it happens.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I have like such deep ones, but I also had one that literally happened today that I was talking to you guys about. That's
Oh, yeah.
like, it's not like irrefutable. Who knows? But this is just like a funny one because I'm sure like the listener will be like, oh, I've done stuff like that. And I think it's intuition. I was figuring out what I was pulling to wear today, and we filmed a few episodes, so I was grabbing a few outfits, and as soon as I touched these overalls, I literally had a thought in my head that was so clear that was like, either my mom or my sister's going to say, oh my gosh, I brought overalls too.
And we both did.
And they both did.
And I never wear overalls.
I never. That was the first time I
do
pulled
sometimes.
out my freaking overalls ever, like to wear them. So that was like kind of freaking weird. I was like, oh, freaking, huh? Okay.
Freaking huh.
But yeah, that's a quick, like short one.
Cool.
I have other crazy ones.
Yeah.
But I think that's a whole episode
Yeah.
later on.
Yeah. Do you want to ask yours?
Yes. Okay. How do you break fatigue and lack of motivation? This one was interesting to me because it's almost like you have to just instill the practice of a thing and know that motivation is not always going to be there. And I know that's cliche and so many people say it, that it's like, it's not about motivation, but it's true. It's like, it's not about motivation. It's about the habit. And soon enough, your body will crave it. But also with fatigue being the second part of it, sometimes I just think you gotta let your body rest. And there's been sometimes I've gone to the gym when I shouldn't have, and I should have rested, and I didn't allow myself to rest even though I was so sore and tired. And I think that's only gonna make it worse, honestly. But it's like taking an honest look at yourself in the mirror or whatever, like an honest look at yourself and be like, hey, is movement truly going to help me? And I guess I'm looking at it in terms of like the gym, but this is anything. Is this like going to help me and I'm going to be grateful that I pushed through and did it anyways? Or should I really actually like take the rest that I need at that time? But
Do you have an answer?
Go.
My answer would be ask for help.
love that.
Ask for Brighton to go to the gym with you.
Mhm.
But really, reach out, ask for help.
Do a coffee date if you're working on something
Yeah.
hard that you like, a body double like you were saying.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay, this is something that I do. I don't know if it's good or bad, but when I'm feeling fatigue and I was going to say what you said actually. First look at the fatigue and what's causing it. I think that's huge, and not just because of the gym, but it could be emotional. It could be a lot of things we're not paying attention to. So that, but then also like the other night I was having like a hard day and I was feeling fatigue and I'm just like, how do I keep going? And I'm like, I need to ignite myself. And I had heard a song that day that was a fiddle song, and it reminded me how much I loved playing fiddle when I was young for like 8 years, violin, fiddle, both. And I'm like, I need that in my life. So I sometimes add things to give me energy in other places, which can also
that
cause
makes
fatigue.
Yeah.
But if you're careful, for me, I feel like music is actually energizing. Why did that sound weird? Energizing. And so I was researching, how do I practice fiddle? And then I learned in Utah there's barn dances once a month. And I'm like, I'm going to freaking show up. And there's like banjos and fiddles and guitars, and people aren't even good. They just play together and people dance. So I'm just
No,
like,
we should
okay,
go.
maybe find something that's energizing and it will give you
Yeah, I love
more
that.
energy for the thing you don't feel like doing.
I really love that tip.
Yeah.
Like, love.
Should we end with like a funny one?
Okay.
Like an interesting
Funny.
one?
Okay, so one of them says, how can people cultivate a growth mindset when facing health challenges or setbacks? We did a full episode on that called a growth versus fixed mindset.
I'll link it up here if you're on YouTube, but we'll link it in
Okay,
the description
yeah.
too.
That one was great, and there's a whole episode on that. Your last meal.
Literally just barely.
No. Oh, maybe.
Is it like your last meal?
Like, what would your
what
last
would you
meal be?
choose? Oh,
like
that's
if you're
funny.
going to die.
That's a better
Oh.
one. Even if they meant what did you just eat? We all just ate G to G bars.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Gosh, this is hard.
This is morbid. Like, what if I don't have teeth?
I would honestly probably.
just say you do.
Okay, I have teeth.
I've actually thought about this a lot.
Really?
I love food.
Do you think
I've got to know just in case. It would be full of potatoes, but more specifically, it would be like something that my husband made. Because then it would be like I'm eating food that was made with love.
This is
And it would be potatoes, mashed
beautifully
potatoes, hash browns, fries, and
Pretty
a
good.
baked potato. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Probably barbecue sauce on top. Okay.
Gosh, there's so many things. One, a coffee. The best coffee I've ever had in my
She's
life.
on death row. She's like,
Add
I'll have
to
a
the
double
anxiety.
cappuccino.
Just
Talk
love
about
my coffee.
anxiety.
Or like a chai, like a warm, cuddly chai. Seriously, it's like a warm hug and a drink. I do love chai and coffee. Sweet potato fries. I love potatoes like that too. I love sweet potato fries with my whole heart. My husband and I, for our wedding, actually, we had street tacos because we love street tacos. But I would have like the most authentic, good, juicy
So
street
you.
tacos. Yeah, that would be so yum. I'm trying to think of anything else with sweet potato fries. Oh, an oatmeal chocolate chip cookie from my mother-in-law. She makes the best ones.
Shout out to Julie.
Shout out to Julie. She's great.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Gosh, there's so many things I could think of. That's off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know. I would have barbecue food. Like I love everybody gets together, like grill the barbecue, tomatoes, lettuce, cheese, bun, my favorite
Like
chips.
at grandma's house, like Nana's
Yeah,
house.
like that's just my favorite
I
food
agree.
is like I love all the sides and random things people bring, and it's maybe it's more the memory than necessarily the food, but yeah,
That's a
I
good
love
one. I like
Okay.
that.
Well,
And I'm hungry. Lunchtime.
Seriously.
this is an episode that we'll probably be doing every month or so. We'll do Q&As on our stories, so make sure to watch for them. And if you have questions about anything, ask them on there because we want to know what you want to know, and we'll make podcast episodes about it, and we'll do rapid fire questions about it. So
Absolutely.
until next time.